Hello everyone, you guys are all welcome to my YouTube channel. Please, before the beginning of the video, I want you guys to subscribe. Click the red button below and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my videos. I'm your online coding tutor. I've taken you through the journey of becoming a certified web developer. I'm teaching you HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, PHP. Okay, so today we're going to be starting with Bootstrap. Sorry, today we're going to be starting with HTML for newbies, for people that does not know anything on coding, on web development, on HTML. Okay, so how do you start? Please, before we start, if you don't have Visual Studio Code, which is VS Code on your PC, just go to your browser and type Visual Studio Code and download it. Then after downloading, install. After installing it, you open it, you launch it. So whenever you launch, this is what will appear. This is what will appear, a blank workspace. So how do you start? You go to your desktop, this is my desktop. You create a folder and name it anything you want. So that's my folder. You create a folder, name it anything you want, probably the name of the website. So I gave the name of my folder YouTube. So how do you open your folder on your VS Code? You do this, you navigate to file, navigate to open folder. My folder is on my desktop, so I go to desktop, scroll down, I look for YouTube. So this is YouTube, click on it and select folder. After doing that, my folder will open right here. So this is YouTube, the folder I opened on my desktop. So before it starts, please kindly download these extensions. They are very, very useful in coding. The first one, Bootstrap. So this is Bootstrap. Download Bootstrap. Please download Live Server also. So this is Live Server. Download. Also install Prettier. Prettier. This is Prettier. Then auto rename tag. Auto rename. Those are very, very important extensions to download. And this also. So when you're actually downloading them, they can start. So how do we start writing an HTML code? So we open an HTML file with this icon, new file, not this, not this, not this, but this new file. So you click on new file, and please make sure your first file you're going to be opening is index.html. This is an HTML document, so it must have what .html. So please make sure the first one is always index. Any other ones you are opening after that word can take anything. Can take any name. You can use chair, you can use dog, you can use your name.html. But make sure the first one is always index.html. So after opening your HTML, a blank HTML page is going to appear. So how do you start coding? The first line of code, you use shift 1, an exclamation mark. On Windows, it is shift 1. I don't know about MacBook. Anyway, it's an exclamation mark. After an exclamation mark, you press enter, then this is going to appear. So this means what doc type means document type, HTML. HTML means hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language. Then this is HTML language, English, EN, abbreviation for English, EN. Then the heading tag consists of the subordinate extensions to make the HTML run perfectly well on your browser. Those are these methods here. Then your title tag is the title of your website. So after downloading those extensions I said you should download here. So when you look below your code editor, you'll see go live right here. If you don't download the extensions, you won't see go live. The auto rename, sorry, the live server brought out go live. If you don't want to click go live, you can also right click and click open with live server. So this is how to build your work on your browser. So I can just click on go live here and I will see this. So this is documents here, and that is what I have right. That's what I have right here. So let me just you can just minimize this like this. So anything I do, you can see it immediately to run here. So if I'm changing these documents, I can just change it to practical. Or let me just write HTML practice. HTML practice. Then when you look here, you see HTML practice. So that's how to give your website a title, HTML practice. HTML practice. Then after that, please you don't write anything under the heading tag. Anything you want to write, any code you write inside the body tag. You don't write anything under the heading tag. You don't write anything under the title tag. Anything relating to your you developing the website, you don't write it in any other place except from the body tag. Okay. So you can now start writing. So let me write a sentence, or let me write practice. Okay, I write practice. Anything I write here shows here. Anything you write here shows here. So if I decide to come under and write practice again, I come under and I write another practice right here. What happens? Why didn't the practice come under this practice, but stays at the front? If I try to leave a very, very large space and I write practice again, it still comes to the front of practice. Why is that? Because in coding, you use tags to represent the code editor only understand tags. It does not understand plain text. So we're writing, no matter what you design with plain text on this code editor, it is only going to interpret it as a long sentence. That's what the browser will interpret it as. Okay, so we have different types of tags in coding. The first tag we're going to look at is the heading tag, which is the H tag. So we have 6 types of heading tag, which is H1 to H6. H1 to H6. So let's look at them. H1, you press enter. Then I can just write you YouTube and see what will happen. See? So this is the H1 tag. H1 tag, I said H tag is an heading tag. I know headlines. Headings are always big and bold. So that is why this is big and this is bold. So the next tag is the H2 tag. I can just copy what I have here and paste it right here. So this is the H2 tag. It becomes what? Smaller. So now you know that the smaller the number, sorry, the higher the number of tags, the smaller the font. Now when we look at H3, H3, H4, H5, and the last one, H6. There is no H7. Let's see. This is H7. Try to see. There's no H7. So we have the H1 to H6, depending on the type of tag you want to use at that moment. You can decide to pick H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 to H6. So you know in headings, you can't write an heading and decide to write the sentence or the list at the front of the heading. That is why after an heading, anything you want to write again after an heading automatically comes under it. If I try to write anything here, it can't start the front, it will come under. So that is why tags are very important to come under. Or except I write it inside. And if I write it inside, it's going to take the component of an H1 tag, which means it's going to be big and bold. So we don't need this, we just cancel it. This also we cancel. This also we cancel. Okay. So that's the heading tag. The next tag we're going to be looking at is the underlining tag, which is the U tag. So anything I write here is going to be what underlined. Underlined. So another tag is the bold tag, which is will make the sentence to be bold. Another one is the italic tag. We all know the italic font. What does it does? It makes our sentence slant to be in a slanting form. So this is an italic tag. It's going to slant whatever we write inside. Okay, the next I was going to learn is paragraph tag. If you take notice of all these things I'm writing here, they are on a straight line. Even if I decide to bring this under and this under, they are still on a straight line. Why are they on a straight line? Because we are not using an heading tag, and we are also not using a paragraph tag. This is not an heading tag, this is not a paragraph tag. That's why they're on a straight line. But if I decide to come here and I write a paragraph tag with the p tag, and I write a paragraph tag, what will happen? It will come under. You know what a paragraph is? When you're writing a sentence and you want to leave a paragraph, you come to what? You come to the next line. So that is why whenever I want to give a paragraph in after writing, if you are writing a sentence, I want to give a paragraph, you use the word p tag, which is the paragraph tag. So the next tag we're going to be looking at is the break tag. What does the break tag do? It breaks your sentence. For example, you write a very, very long sentence. Okay, if you're writing, if you are practicing, probably you're practicing and you want to write something very big, or you want to write a very long sentence and you don't have an idea of what to write, you just use a Lorem text. It is called Lorem. You use a Lorem text, Lorem, and after Lorem, and you state the numbers of what you want. If I want just 2 words, I use Lorem 2, and to provide me with just 2 words. If I want 10 words, I use Lorem 10, and it provides me with 10 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I want 100 words, I use Lorem 100, and it provides me with what 100 words, as you can see. Okay, now I'll be writing, I want to write a very long sentence. I want to show you how the break tag works. I can just do Lorem 20, Lorem 20. That's a very long sentence. Even if it is breaking here, it won't break here because there's no paragraph tag there. So what does the break tag do? The break tag does not have a closing tag like others. You can now see this is an opening tag, this is a closing tag, opening tag, closing tag. The break tag does not have a closing tag. For example, I want this, I want after L-light, after this E-L-I-T, E-L-I-T, I want this next sentence at the front to come to start from the next line. So what do? I use a break tag, which is the BR tag, which is the BR tag. It's going to break the sentence and come to the next line. So if I want to also break the sentence right here again, I use a break tag also. The next sentence comes to the next line. So that is what a break tag does. It breaks your sentence. It breaks your sentence. So that's about break tag. So the next that we're going to be looking at is the superscript and superscript tags, which in short form they are known as what SUP and SUB, sub and sub. Okay, for example, you're writing a mathematical code. I want to write 10 raised to power 2. Okay, let me give, I see it's writing at the front. So let me give a break tag here. So whatever I want to write next can come under. That's what I've done. If I write another, fancy now, it came under. If I write another, if I put another break tag again, and that if I two break tags, the space will be more. If I use 3 break tags, the space will be more. So instead of this, I can just okay, let me just use 2 break tags. That will be limited space. Good. Now I want to write 10 raised to power 2. So how do I do that? How will I do that? I will write 10 then SUP tag. SUP tag. I write 2 inside. Then it gives me what 10 raised to power 2. 10 raised to power 2. So I want to also write 10 base 2, and I write 10 base 2. So I use the word SUB tag, and I write 2. So I'm going to be having what 10 base 2, 10 base 2, 10 raised to power 2, 10 base 2. So that is what the SUP tag is for, and the SUB tag is for. So the next thing I'm going to be looking at is the button tag. You want to create a button, a clickable button. So how do you do that? You use the button tag. Okay, let's say we want a login button. So I log in, login. Want a login button. So this is a button tag. Right, it's clicking. But since we are not, it is not active yet. It's not active, so it's going to be stagnant. But it is clicking, but it's stagnant. So that's how to create a button tag. So if I just also create a sign up tag to a sign up button, sign up. So we have this as well, sign up. So that's how to create a button tag. So we also have an anchor tag. An anchor tag is for linking, um, is for linking your website to another website. For example, I want to link my website. I want to link Facebook into my website. I'm going to use an anchor tag with an href. Just press A, and enter. It's going to bring out href. Href means hypertext reference, meaning the the link to your the link to the website you are connecting to your own website. Okay, for example, I want to connect Facebook to my website. I can just come here and facebook.com. So I'm going to copy the link for Facebook right here, and I'll be bringing it here. So in between the anchor tags, when I write Facebook, I'll be saying Facebook here. So when I click, so I can remove this. So when I click on Facebook right here, what will happen? It will redirect me to Facebook page. So that is the linking tag, which is also an anchor tag. An anchor tag is used for linking two or more websites together. Okay, so after the anchor tag, we're going to be looking at the listing tag, the listing tag, the listing tag. So we have two type of listing tag. Okay, before the listing tag, we have what we call comments. For example, you want to write on your website, you want to write on your code editor. I don't want it to appear on your browser here. What do? You use the comments. So whenever you want to comment, you control and slash, control slash. So anything I write here will never appear right here. Anything I write on my code editor won't appear on my browser. Control slash for Windows is control slash. Um I don't know about MacBook, but for Windows it is control slash. Okay, so we go to the listing tag. You have two type of listing tag. We have the ordered list. I just write it here. Ordered list and on ordered list. We have the ordered list and we also have the unordered list. Ordered list means listing orderly, like 1, 2, 3, ABC, Roman figure I, Roman figure I, Roman figure I. That is ordered list. Then unordered list means listing unorderly. If you want to list out some items and you want to use dot dot dot, or you want to use star star star, or you want to use dash dash dash. Okay, let's look at an example of that. So ordered list, we create the ordered list tag, which is the OL tag, and our listing tag inside the OL tag. So we want to create 5 lists. We want to create 5 lists. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so we want to um names names of, okay, let's put this inside an h1 tag, names names of country. You know what the h1 tag is going to do? It's going to bring an heading. It's a big and bold letters, as you can see here. So but I use the ordered list. That's why I am having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 listing orderly. So name of country and just USA, which is the United States of America. Then we have the UK, then Dubai, we have Ghana, and also have Portugal. Okay, so this is listing order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's look at the unordered list also. You can just copy all this. There's little or no difference using an ordered list and ordered list. So just change this to UL. So when you notice, anytime I cancel this first tag here, it's going to affect this second tag under. Can you see? That is why I said we should download those extensions. The extension for that is the auto rename tag. So whenever you rename the first tag, can you see if I remove this one, it also remove the one here also. If I change to 3, it also brings 3 to this place and it reduces the size of the word here. I can just change it back to 1 and this change it to UL since we are dealing with the UL tag. UL. Then the UL tag. So can you see on ordered list dot 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 dot. So right now I don't want to use I don't want to use numbers. I want to change it to letters. So what do? I give this type and I write A inside the type. And I have what? A I have A B C D E. Now I don't use small letters. I want to use capital letter A. So I'm going to be having capital letter A B C D E. Now I want to use Roman figure I. I'm going to be having this. I want to use capital letter Roman figure. I'm going to be having this. So default, if you are not okay, if you want to use numbers also, I just do this and be having this. For the default, if there's nothing there, it's going to stay as what? As numbers. And this also, if you don't want dots, you can just do type also, type and circle. I'm going to be having this in circles. If you don't want circle, you can use square, square. I'm going to be having this in squares. Yes. So, but the default is always a dotted circle. So you can see to change that change to a dotted circle. So that is the listing tags, which is the ordered list and unordered list. Now the next tag we have the input tag. Input. The input tag. So you see this here is an input tag. So this is an input tag below. So whenever you're creating a form, either a login form, for example, we have Facebook. So when you look at Facebook here, can you see this? This is an input. This is also an input. This is an input. This is an input. Whenever you type anything inside password, you can't see it, but others you see. Why is that like that? Because right here, the input, we have type text. So meaning whatever you want to type inside this place should be a text. And what numbers? You can type numbers, you can also type text. Okay, you can see better now. You can type numbers, I can also type text. But if I create an input tag with type number, no matter the amount of text I type inside this input, nothing is going to appear except I type numbers. Because why? I gave it what? Type number. Then another input type you have is password. Password. So you know what the password will do? It will hide whatever you're typing inside. It is unviewable. To hide whatever you're typing inside. So that's the type password. Okay, that is that about the input. That's that about the input tag. The input tag does not have a closing tag like others. This is an opening, this is a closing tag. The input tag does not have a closing tag. So the next tag we're going to look at is the image tag. You want to add an image to your website, an image img. An img tag is image tag. This FRC means the source of your image. Where is your image coming from? And this alt means alternative to your image. When we go further, we're going to be looking at how to bring an image, how to add an image to our website. But for now, just know that an img tag is used to call in images into the website, and it does not also have a closing tag. Now the last tag we're going to be looking at is the table tag. The table tag is kind of complex. Just look at it very well. First off, we have the table. Whenever I want to create a table, we have a table tag. Then inside the table tag, we create a t-head tag, which means the table head. T-head tag, we open it, which means the table head. Then inside the table head, we have th. We have tr. Tr means what? Table row. Tr means table row. Then after that, we have th. And inside the th, we can have whatever we want to write inside. For example, this is name, this is name, this is class, and this we have it as age. So this is name, class, and age. Always remember the heading. This is a table head. Heading is going to be on bold and big. That is why this is bold and big. So after this table head, still inside the table tag, we come on down, create another tag, T body, T body. And after the T body, we have TR, which is the table row. Then after TR, we have TD, which means the table data. Okay, now, which means the table. We have three inputs here. So now we want, this is a table data, right? We have three table heads. So this is going to also going to be three. So name. Okay, we have a name. Let's just use Israel as the first name. Class, blah, blah, blah. Age, 87. Then we're going to be having this right here. His name is Israel, class, then age 87. We're going to be using another. So we want to create another row. This is a row, which is this row here. We want to create another row. You can just copy this. Still inside the body tag, still inside the table tag, still inside the table body tag, another row, another row, another row. So we're going to be having this 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is also 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the basic tags we all need to know in writing an HTML code. So thank you guys for watching my videos. Next time, we're going to be looking more into HTML and probably go into styling, how to style our web page, how to give it a particular color, how to give it a particular font, how to give it a background color, how to insert image and others. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also share the links around to your friends. Thank you so much.